Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Bree Taylor TV. I'm going to be doing a story time today. I'm going to tell you guys the story about the time I almost got kicked out of school. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking. How did you get kicked out? What could you have possibly done? You're a perfect student. I know. The whole situation was, I think, in my opinion, a misunderstanding. So, let's break it down. In 8th grade, I had this teacher, and no one, including me, liked her that much. Everybody has those teachers who seem like they don't really like their job. They don't seem involved. The 8th grade class who had her didn't really like her, so my group of friends, I just have to say that we were not the most positively influential students, my group of friends, and we impacted the school several times. So, like, it was the end of the year, so we were like coasting through, kind of chilling out the last couple of weeks. We were talking about her at lunch. So my friend Becky, it's not a real name, it's just an alias. So Becky, I let her use my phone during lunch. So at our school, we had like this phone thing, like a contract to where you could only use your phone for school purposes and have it out during lunch and times when it was allowed. So of course 99% of the students don't listen to that, but we had it out during lunch, which was fine. So I let my friend borrow my phone, and she made an account that said "We hate Miss Pickle." That's not her real name again, that's just another alias. And so it said "We hate Miss Pickle" in the bio. The profile picture was a picture of my other friend Gina, who really wasn't involved at all in the whole situation other than the picture. So I think this was like a Friday. So it passes over. We don't really think about it during the weekend, so we get back to school on Monday, and like the count is still up and everything. But like when I get into class and the bell rings, they call me out of class, and all the teachers are still in the hallway, but they're like giving me dirty looks. So I go to the principal's office. We'll call him Mr. Pepper. The principal didn't really know him that much. Didn't really get called to the front office, so I didn't have any need to. But my friend Gina, I think that's the name I gave her, the one who had the profile picture, Gina was up there in the front office, and I came in and I sat down, and he said, "Do you know why you're here?" I said no. And then like Gina, she's already like giving me this look like something's wrong, so I'm already worried. So Gina is just sitting, she's like looking at her lap, not saying anything. And then Mr. Pepper is, he's like, "Did you make an account that was rude to this teacher, Miss Pickle?" So I said no, no. And he said, "Then why was it on your phone?" And then I said, "I let another student use my phone, and I guess they made the account." So all the while I'm wondering, how did this happen? There were only like a couple of people following the account, number one, like 3 people in our friend group. So how did it get to the principal? So that's like the main thing on my mind, and what's gonna happen, of course. So I'm like, so he's like, "So who made the account? Who did you let use your phone?" And I didn't want to like say this person's name because I didn't want to get this person in trouble, but at the same time, he had already said, "If you don't give me this name, it's all gonna be on you, and I'm pretty sure you don't want that." So of course, 13-year-old me, I think, decided, okay, let me just say this name. So it was Becky. So they called Becky up to the front office, and then like she knew all the staff and stuff because she lived there for forever. So she comes in and she's like, hi, how are you? He says, good, take a seat. And she sits down, and then she gives me this look, and I give her this look back like, I don't know. So he's like, did you make this account on her phone? And she says, yes, but I didn't want to keep it up. So like, she had all the information for it, and because she made the account, like she knew the password and stuff. So I didn't know that, the password and everything. So he's like, if you don't get this down by the end of the day, you're going to have to don't come to school tomorrow. So I was like, oh, okay, oh crap. So, and then he's like, you guys do understand that this technology thing, this contract, you're not supposed to be on social media. You can only use it for school purposes. So we got our phones revoked. Like, we weren't allowed to use them for the rest of the year, which was like a few weeks, and that's like crazy because we're 13 and we don't care, and we only care about our phones. So I was like, yes sir, I understand. So he's like, yeah, get back to class and take it down. So we're both walking back to class, and my friend Becky is mad at me because I like gave her name up. But you know, like, I understand where she could be mad, but you don't let someone else take the blame and be mad for not wanting to do that. So especially if it wasn't their fault. So like, can you give me the login information stuff? And she says, sure. And I was like, okay. And then like, the thought, who followed the teacher, came to mind. It was like, did you follow Miss Pickle with the account? And she's like, no. So then we're like, who did? And she's like, I don't know, no one else knew the information. So like, at that point we came to the conclusion the account had been hacked, and that's how the teachers found out. So at that point the login information and stuff wasn't even valid, so I didn't know how I was going to get it down. So we weren't allowed to use our phones, so I couldn't like use that day trying to figure it out. So I'm on the bus on the way home, and like, that's like when the fear really set in, because I'm gonna have to tell my mom that I can't come to school tomorrow because I can't get this account down. So there's like this kid in my class who's like really tech savvy, and I asked him, is there any way to take down an account if you don't know the password or stuff anymore? And he said no, not unless you know the email. And she used a fake email address, so you can't like go back to it and reset your password. So like, the whole bus ride, I was just staying quiet. I told like a couple of my friends on the bus, but other than that, nothing really. So I get home and trying to take down the account. I'm like, reporting it for like bullying and stuff, because I don't want to get kicked out of school, obviously. So I don't end up telling my mom. Oh yes, I did. She came home and she was like all happy and stuff, so I told her. And then she was like, okay, why would you do this? That's so stupid. So I got in trouble for that. I already got in trouble by the school. So it was like, really? Wow. So it was like a lot at that time. So I'm like, what do I do? How do I get this down? So, you know, the next day I report it again. I just keep recording it the entire time, the entire morning. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna go to school. If they tell me to leave, I'll leave, but I'm going because I don't want this to mess up my future. Granted, it was 8th grade and it kind of didn't really matter, but it's like, still, you don't really know what the future's gonna hold. So I'm like on the bus and I'm like, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be at school. I didn't get the account down. So I'm going through my classes, and like, pretty much no one says anything, and I don't get called back up to the office. So, and I can't look at my phone. So I asked someone else, hey, is that account still up? And they're like, no, it got taken down. So that was like a huge relief. But then when I get to that teacher's class, she takes me out of the class. No, she doesn't take me out of the class. She sits there in front of my desk, and I sat next to my friend Becky. So she sits there in front of both of us in the middle of the class, and she's like, I can't believe you guys did that. I don't know what I did to deserve that. And then she was like, all I expect from you is an apology. So like, my friend Becky didn't really apologize. She was just like, okay. But I was like, oh yeah, sorry. But it's kind of like my younger self didn't really care. So it wasn't like, you could tell it wasn't genuine. So like now I look back at it and I feel kind of bad because yeah, that's not cool. At this point, like now in my life, I realize that it wasn't cool to have done that, and I don't know why I did it. Even though I didn't like personally make the account, I was still a part of it. I knew about it and didn't do anything. So yeah, but that is the story about the time that I almost got kicked out of school. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you have any video suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And like, subscribe, and turn on my notification button. Press that button over there somewhere. And watch my other videos because they're interesting. And thanks for watching. And see you guys next week for another video.